Sometimes these regulations and red tape are in place to protect patient privacy. But in this instance, this was all about the impediment of rapid rollout of this testing. I'm reading this to you, and I'm saying this next part, not as honestly, not as political, but I think it's disingenuous the way that this has been omitted from most, and kudos to the Times for reporting on this, but it's really been omitted from a lot of the cable news discussion, because this is one of the things that they have said, this is Trump's fault. Now, what did I just play? The audio that I just played. Trump on it? Yeah, the audio soundbite 28. Go ahead and play that again. Remember what I just read?
Last night, the FDA announced groundbreaking new policies to further increase testing, very substantially so. All states can now authorize tests developed and used within their borders in addition to the FDA. So the states are very much involved. They have been.
This has been a long-standing regulation. I think it even predates Obama. This has been a long-standing regulation. This is big government. This is what happens with top-down regulation. The reason that the administration was behind is because of these regulations that they are now removing. You want to be prepared for pandemics. There is no entity that is going to be able to anticipate every single thing that needs to be either changed or omitted when something happens as a way to quickly, swiftly react. Because if he would have done this and suspended these regulations before this happened, how, let me ask, how, I don't care how, if you're a partisan on the right or left, be honest, how do you think that this would have been interpreted by media? They lost their minds when he suspended travel specifically to the outbreak, the hot zone in China, and then to all of China. They got mad at him for that, and they said it was too early, and they said it was first they were saying that he didn't do enough, then they said that he was doing too much, and then they were hysterical about it, and now we're here.
Xenophobic.
Yeah. How do you think that they would have attacked him for violating, they would have, pun really not intended, trumped this up to be a crazy accusation about an infringement of patient privacy. You know that. That is how this headline, if he would have done this before, this is how it would have been reported. You know that. So the next time you hear people trying to politicize this and say that the reason that the administration is behind is because they didn't react quickly enough, that wasn't the problem. They were meeting about this in December. That's why they had the task force ready to go right at the beginning of January. It's because of this. You actually had a bloated bureaucracy, a bureaucratic department telling this doctor, this is just one example, by the way. I want to caution you, that's just one example. Telling this doctor, yes, we realize that you're identifying coronavirus and you're doing it quicker than we can, but no, you don't get to do this. Holy blank. This is insane, but this is what big government gets you. And I realize I'm still cautious when I'm citing the CDC. And I realize right now it's all hands on deck, but I want you to still remember that these are big agencies, unappointed people or unelected people, and they've spent a lot of time previously working on identity politics and programs to that extent. I could get into that quite heavily and finish the show with that. I'm prepared to do so. I got a whole bunch of data over here for you. But I wanted to share this with you because I feel that's incredibly important. I have it linked up on the site, but I'll do a special thing just with that. But that to me that's significant. That is incredibly significant.